So this is the second time we actually having this webinar because it had really good reviews and it was a success. So we are going to wait just a little bit more, about maybe 1 more minute to make sure everyone joins before we start. So again, to make this webinar worthwhile your time, we are giving everyone who attends this webinar a $500 off of our surgery package. This is a unique opportunity, and we do a raffle at the end. Of course, I tell you what's required to be qualified for the $2,000 off of our already low price packages. And but again, I just want to make sure it's either or. The person who wins the 2,000, that's all they get. They cannot take the 500 and 2,000. So $2,000 winner, just take that $2,000 off of the surgery package. In order to qualify to enter into the raffle, you guys need to have a health questionnaire in our system. If you have not done it before, please go ahead and go to mexicocosmeticcenter.com and look for health questionnaire. It's actually the link is health-questionnaire. And I would release the Zoom poll at one point. Please go ahead and fill out those few questions before we do the Q&A at the end of the webinar, and be present all the way to the end of the webinar so we can put your name into the raffle. Okay, so in order to qualify for the $2,000 off of surgery package raffle, you need to have an HQ in our system and do the Zoom poll and be present all the way to the end. Again, for people who just joined, this is the second time we're having a plastic cosmetic surgery webinar in Tijuana, Mexico. MCC, for short, Mexico Cosmetic Center, is been in existence and working for 11 years. And we are going to try to cover all the questions that people usually ask in the webinar itself. If not, we will get to it at the end. I have, so actually my name is Ron Elli. I am the CEO and founder of Mexico Bariatric Center and Mexico Cosmetic Center, MBC and MCC. Topics we're going to cover today is well, we're going to talk about plastics and cosmetics, but our focus is on patients who have lost a lot of weight, namely bariatric surgery. So we are focusing mainly on that. But this doesn't mean that people who just want to get plastic and cosmetic procedures are not included. But it's a general information, basically, but our focus is on post-bariatric patients. So we talk about that, we talk about MCC, we talk about Hospital Azar, which we opened on the 22nd of September. And we talk about our patient process. I have Flora and Janae with me today, that they would be talking about parts of the webinar. They will be sharing information with you. And then we talk about all the procedures we offer, talk about our packages, all our own all-inclusive package work. And then we talk about why you should go with MCC. And then we have the Zoom poll, and then we do the Q&A session, okay? At the end, we do the raffle. And again, all the attendees that are interested, they get $500 off of surgery package. That's a really good deal for our already low price packages. Okay, so let's move on. Again, I want to thank you guys for attending and taking time to share your morning or afternoon. I don't know which areas you are with us. Basically, plastics is a surgical procedure that restores or reconstruct body, right? As we age, our skin gets loose, whether it's on face, it's on body. If you give birth to your children, you may need a correction. And mainly, like I said, our focus is bariatric surgery patients, which is post-bariatric surgery patients who lose a lot of weight and they may need extra skin removal, excess skin removal. Okay, so these are the focus of the webinar. So after, this question comes up, like, do I need a plastic procedure after weight loss? Not necessarily. A lot of people do, but not everyone. Depends on so many factors, like your skin elasticity, your genetics, your age, your race, how fast you lose the weight, whether you do this with activities and exercise, with the weight loss, how much protein intake you do, again, exercising, all these are factors, right? So not everyone needs it, but a lot of people do. And if you do, now you're considered a post-bariatric patient because the skin, everything changes after bariatric surgery. So you need to have a surgeon not only board certified for plastics. That's huge to be board certified with experience, of course. And on top of that, you need to have someone to know how to deal with post-bariatric patients and not only be familiar, be experienced in that. So it's really a reconstructive procedure, okay? So again, we're going to go over the options. Of course, tummy tuck is the most popular, breast lift, arm lift, thigh lift, face lift. We will get to all that. The average cost of plastic procedures in US is astronomical. Of course, depends on where you live. Your geographical location is important. Of course, the surgeon's experience plays a role in the price. They they don't come in a package deal like we do. So they charge you even for the surgical. Even in Mexico, I have seen that they give you prices breakdown. They say, yeah, it's from 6,500, but 6,500 only covers maybe the surgeon fee and the hospital, if anything. And after that, it's the anesthesiologist, it's the nurse, it's the post-op medication, pre-op test. There's no hotel or accommodation involved, no transportation. Of course, in US, none of these is included. So, and then depends on where they do the surgery. That is a huge factor that you need to look into. Is this a hospital with all the amenities of the hospital? Or is it just a surgical center or a very small place with one OR with 3 rooms, and that's all they do all day? And those are not up to code. So depending on where you get it done. Again, we're going to talk about experience versus inexperience or new surgeons. You are taking a risk, right? By going to a lower standard, lower, less equipped facilities, right? So these are the pros and cons that we're going to cover. Now, but if you look at the chart in front of me, you see how much is the average cost. Again, depends on where you live, right? If you live in California, for example, or you live in some smaller cities, the price can vary. The price of facelift can be as high as over 100,000, and breast lift and things like that, less sensitive, those are, all around 11, 16 for tummy tuck, 21 for mummy makeover. And we will see, mummy makeover is just like a catch-all term that basically is explaining or including several procedures in one operation. So if you can't afford to have the surgery done at home, and actually, I would say there are occasions that our surgeons do a better job than what you would get at your hometown. Then you look in medical tourism. Medical tourism is going to Tijuana, getting this procedure done, right? There are Tijuana, there are maybe other locations, but that's medical tourism. Something you wanna, again, look into and do research is you wanna go with a company that has been around and they do full coordination. I see that a lot again, that the surgeon offers these attractive prices, but that doesn't include everything. So maybe you have to even make your hotel reservation. All these are in a package for us, and we are basically buying you peace of mind and safety because we do the transportation, we do the coordination, we do the hotel reservation, and you have the peace of mind from the time you go with a company like us. Again, I want to talk about the power of social media. Social media is great, but it also has its own pros and cons. One thing you want to pay attention is because I know companies that they hire a bunch of people, sit down all day and posting things on Instagram and TikTok, on Facebook. Some of these pictures could be Photoshopped, some of them may not be real. There is nothing behind it. They're great, but you need to dig in more. Look into the credentials of the company. Look at the credentials of the surgeons. Look at their experience. Are they a trusted organization? Have they been around? Do they have support for you before and after? If you need something to go back, are they there for you? Okay, and we will talk about our pluses and we will see what is it that you get by coming with us. So just again, MCC, Mexico Cosmetic Center, is equals peace of mind, right? We are a US-based corporation. MBC has been around since 2012 and MCC has been around since 2013. And the reputation, the reviews are out there, you can check. At this point, I'm gonna introduce, like I said, Flora is our program director. She's been with the company for 11 years. She's been around in Mexico talking to different surgeons, different hospitals. She knows the industry in and out, and she has our wonderful patient coordinator, Janae. She's been a game changer since she joined us. And now we are making sure that every patient is taken care of. So I'm going to let them talk about how you get your HQ in, how the process works, what to expect, and what to do to get to our system. So, hey guys, just go ahead and take over from here.
Hello, my name is Flora, and I've been doing MCC, as Ron said, past 13 years, and meeting with the doctors, meeting with the patient, and if they have any issue, any problem, any concern, they reach out to me, and do my best to resolve the problem.
And then I'm Janae. I'm your patient coordinator. I help out with your logistics and your structure to make sure that this is an easy process the whole way through. As you can see on the screen, it's a 3-step process. And I do strive to make sure that we can get you turned around within 72 hours to have a quote. I know that that number is the most important thing to you when choosing your surgery. So we do our best to turn that around pretty quickly. So step 1, definitely, please fill out the health questionnaire. Be thoughtful. I know it's a long questionnaire, but it's very important, right?
Yes.
We have to do virtual consultations. So it's not like you can come in and come see us and meet the surgeons. We have to do this virtually. So it's really important that you are detailed with even some of your surgery past, your history, because that does play a part, right? So the first step, definitely fill out that health questionnaire. The second step, once you fill that out, we'll go ahead and submit your information to the surgeon. That surgeon will give his recommendations and his approval, and then we can go ahead and get you a quote, right? After that, you book your flights and you're on your way to TJ. And it's just super easy, simple process. Again, we do all the work for you. You just have to go ahead and put your deposit down and book your flights. Go ahead, Ron, to the next slide. So a part of that health questionnaire, again, this is virtual consultation, and I know that this is an uncomfortable part of it. You do have to upload your photos. Especially if it's anything with rhinoplasty, facelift, neck lift, eyelid, upper and lower. We need pictures like this to be able to submit to the surgeon for a quick turnaround on approval and recommendations. When you don't submit pictures like this, then I do have to come back and ask. And that does delay the process, right? So very important, front face, make sure it's a front angle, straight forward. You do the side angle, both sides, even lift up a little bit. So if you are interested in that neck lift, that would help out for us to be able to get an accurate recommendation, an accurate quote to you. And it helps out for the surgeon to be able to move quickly on his recommendations. Go ahead to the next one.
And then if you wear glasses, please take your glasses off and take a picture.
Very important so that they can definitely see clearly.
Yes.
Again, so if it is for body work, this is probably the most uncomfortable part of my job. I have to ask for these photos. It does help a lot, especially for example, mommy makeovers. That's your bare. So that we can see everything that they're working with. It does help tremendously for the surgeon to see and come up with a plan that is best for you and your body. You can always block out, use stickers,
Yes.
emojis, you can cross out. any face or private areas that you don't want to show. But once we get through this uncomfortable part, I swear it's smooth sailing from there.
Yeah.
But make sure it's a full front view, full back view,
No
and then
reaching the arms up either.
yes, make sure your arms are up, but not
Not
above your head,
exactly, not
because that
above the
lifts your body. And so we want to see just level, arms out to the
Relax.
side. Very relaxed. No tucking in, no sucking in.
Yeah.
We just want you to be as natural as possible so that we can do the best work for you. Also, on your side photos, make sure your arms are level in front so that we can get a full view of the side of each side of your body. Again, this helps out tremendously. Probably 60% of the HQs I get, I have to go back and ask for photos. And, that's not fun when we're online. But if you can be prepared and knowledgeable, this can be a really, really quick process, and we get through that part really quickly, and we can move on to booking your trip to TJ. So, qualifications, do you want to talk about that? So, after bariatric,
Yes, you want to make sure your BMI is 30, nothing more than that. Especially if you're if you're a bariatric patient.
there's an exception for the bariatrics. We understand that the
If-
excessive skin
If
could
it's a lot
affect
of,
it.
yes.
So, there are exceptions made.
And also, age is important.
Mhm.
And I believe some doctors, they do not accept over 65 or maybe 68. Got to be very healthy
Mhm.
and do the blood test. And what else?
The blood test is very important. So we do require lab testings at least 30 days prior to your
Yes.
surgery date. There have been situations where we had to cancel a surgery due to the labs not being appropriate, and that's for us to be able to protect you. There's no way we would want to go into a situation where there's a risk of, you being hurt or not recovering correctly.
I forgot to mention that you have to wait after the surgery, you wait year and a half.
So yes, if you've
Yes.
had weight loss surgery, bariatric surgery, it is recommended at least 18 months, right? After that surgery, that's a year and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, year and a half.
So, again, that patient, you are connected with us. We have a nutritionist that'll help out. We have a surgeon liaison, who is also bilingual so that they can communicate with the surgeons and the staff down in Tijuana. And then you have us, the patient coordinators that will connect you with the correct surgeon for the procedure that you need. Ron, thank you so much for letting us be a part of this. We were glad to show our faces and reach out. I see all the attendees and some of our book patients. I'm so glad you guys are here today.
Well, thank you, guys. Appreciate all the information. One thing we would see why you want to choose MCC. One of the reasons is our support before, after, in so many ways, like they mentioned, Janae and Flora mentioned about our nutritionists, about our Facebook support group. We have past patients working with us day in, day out to make sure your experiences from beginning to end is seamless and you experience nothing but, go through this process in a comfortable way. For people who joined later on, if you attend this webinar, you qualify for $500 off of surgery packages. One lucky person at the end gets a $2,000 off of surgery package, but that's not including the 500 is only for people who don't win the raffle. All you have to have is a HQ in our system. If you haven't submitted one, please go ahead and do it. Fill out the Zoom poll that I would release before the Q&A and just be present to the end of the webinar. let's watch this video together.
Say we're too young, they don't know a thing about it. That's what we said. 16th of September, learning my way out. It's not too late. Couple times amazing, it's just a little sweet sour.
Yes, we are very happy and excited to start in our new hospital, Hospital Ozark. The name came from my mother. I attributed this hospital to my mother because she actually just passed a few days after we opened the hospital. She witnessed the grand opening of the hospital, and she was a leader. She was a pioneer, and she believed in hard work. She believed in integrity. She was an inspiration, and she had faith. And her name is actually has a Persian origin that symbolizes fire and light, and reflecting the spirit of goodness and basically truth. This is a state-of-the-art facility that is made in the heart of Tijuana, in one of the prominent areas of Tijuana. You see 360 view from all the rooms. You be residing whether in the 8th, 9th, or 10th floor, normally in 9th floor. And this has the most advanced technology that is out there, with the most pleasant experience of the patient in mind. It has 4 ORs and about we have in-house x-ray. Everything is made specifically around bariatric plastic patients. And this is some of the pictures of the hospital. And it's not just a picture, because we can make the picture look good, but believe me, the place is nicer than the pictures are. And these are not just Facebook or Instagram Photoshop photos. And we see advertisement, oh, we have a state-of-the-art facility, but this is from the other JCI hospitals in Mexico, in Tijuana. Right now, they're approaching us to get their surgeries done in our hospital. So this is the level that we're talking about. We've been using Hyatt for the longest time. We're still using Hyatt. Is one of the best hotels, most in demand in Tijuana. As far as medications, if you sign up for your procedure, please stop Ozempic at least 2 to 3 weeks if you're taking it. Stop blood thinners at least 1 week, NSAIDs. And that's why the company works the way they work. We have surgeon liaison, we have surgeons. We recommend to you specifically for your case what to stop and what to start. Okay, so yeah. So no need to worry there. On the day of the surgery, I mean, on the day before surgery, you fly or you drive to San Diego International Airport. We want you to arrive before 12 p.m. and leave after 2 p.m. On the day of the surgery, you show up, whether you stay in the hospital Ozar the night or you stay in Hyatt, you will show up for the surgery. They take you, they prepare you. Of course, you get to talk to the surgeon and they mark you, they do all that. And you're ready for your procedure. Your companion, if you have a companion, stays in the hotel when you go to the hospital, and they can enjoy the free breakfast in the hotel. On the post-op, of course, you stay usually one night. You have option to 2 nights. Normally, that's what I was talking about, the difference between a surgery center and a hospital. The hospital has amenities that the surgery center doesn't. And usually they want to do this on like an outpatient basis because they don't have the license to keep you more than, they can't keep you overnight anyway. So that's why they try to say it's okay to do this on an outpatient basis. But honestly, I think the patient can benefit by staying at least 2 nights. When you do liposuction, when you do tummy tuck and breast lift and these like things like that, it's extensive. And your body goes through a lot. So it's not okay to just send you home or send you back to hotel or recovery house. I really recommend to look into at least staying 2 nights. That's why you get with the hospital. You can stay 1 or 2 nights, right? Then you're ready to fly back home after the recovery, of course, which would be depending on the procedure. It could be anything from 3 to 5 nights after you release from the hospital. So you asked me, Ron, what are my options? So these are the things that we offer, right? We offer facelift, nose surgery, tummy tuck, mummy makeover. I mentioned mummy makeover is catch-all phrase for multiple procedures in one operation. Breast augmentation or reduction or lift, BBL, Brazilian butt lift, which is very popular term, liposuction, whether it's 360 or not, thigh lift, arm lift, and of course, we will start do Botox. We haven't done it yet, but we'll be on it. So first, facelift. The traditional or older way of doing facelift was just pull the skin and making the wrinkles go away. But this is not going to look good and is not permanent because you haven't dealt with the muscles underneath. So what we call a deep plane facelift. That's a difference between a facelift and a deep plane facelift. So when you hear like, okay, this is a facelift, again, you have to see what is it you're getting. Price shopping is not the way to go about medical tourism procedures, whether it's bariatrics or plastics. Because everybody goes on Google and advertises a price that is attractive, or they do an Instagram or Facebook post, but you have to see what is it you're getting. What is in the package? What procedure is it? Whether it's all-inclusive or not. Is the company legit? Who is behind the company? You see our faces, you know who is running this whole operation. And so I'm going to explain about the deep plane. So to fix the jawline, the mid face, the way to go is with this new technology called deep plane facelift. And what it does, as you see that yellow line going through, that's called the S-mass. And basically, they move the muscles with the skin back. So it's a permanent and beautiful way of fixing your face and your jawline and your neck. So that's the difference between a regular facelift and a deep plane facelift. And that's what we do, deep plane facelift. Okay, so about rhinoplasty or nose surgery, you know, very simple. There are two ways to do it. One is closed, which is a scarless, and one is open. Certain procedures, they have to do open or scar-free. Again, you want to go with a surgeon that knows what to do and can actually screen you, evaluate you based on these 6 factors. As you see, everything that is involved to be looked into to see what's the best nose surgery for you. And does the surgeon has the experience of doing it? Tummy tuck, one of the most popular. It can be mini, full, extended, 360, which is a circular, and fleur-de-lis. Fleur-de-lis is basically, we call it butterfly. And you could also looking to have a reverse tummy tuck, which is actually going to be the top part right beneath your breasts, right? So you may need a fleur-de-lis plus the reverse tummy tuck, but you may not. Most of the patients can get away with extended or circular, okay? But in extreme cases, you may need that. So you need that surgeon not only to be able to deal with the post-bariatric patients, they are fast enough. That's another factor. Some surgeons keep you on there for hours. They don't have the expertise or the speed or the skill to do this in a fast way. These are all little details that they don't tell you. When you go price shopping, they don't tell you all these things, right? Is the surgeon team, is it skilled enough to do this fast enough so you won't be under anesthesia for a long time? I can sit here and talk hours about all these little details, right? So something you get with tummy tuck, of course, is lipo. Just the areas that is needed. If you need additional lipos in different areas, it will be extra cost. And the muscles will be sutured together. So that's another benefit of tummy tuck. And basically, you get a tight, nice contouring body. So that's the prices for tummy tuck. As you see, starts from standard at 8,200 to 9,900, depends on which one you get. And you can get a BBL included in the package for $650. Tummy tuck healing is basically you need to take care of your incisions. It would take about 6 to 8 weeks to heal. and the incision lines would fade about in 12 months or so. So you have to use, I have actually some of the scar gels here, that these are something that you want to apply to make the incisions heal faster and heal better. So other procedures is breast lift or augmentation. It could be lollipop, anchor, donut. So this depends on the surgeon again. Arm lift, again, like they mentioned, please, when you send the pictures, have your arms out so we can see the extra skin. And it could be mini arm lift, standard arm lift, or extended arm lift. Same thing with the thigh lift. It could be regular thigh lift, extended, and spiral. Again, Mummy Makeover can include several procedures. Like as you see, it could be a full tuck or a fleur-de-lis, breast lift, and sometimes they can do arm lift, but never thigh lift to mix with these. So it's really dangerous to have so many of these done into one procedure. You never want to do a tummy tuck, breast lift, and a thigh lift. And if they tell you, yes, we can do it, again, they're not worrying about your well-being. They just want to do the procedure and take your money. Okay, now we're going to talk about our all-inclusive packages. All-inclusive packages that we offer, it's including surgeon fee, anesthesiologist fee, hotel or recovery house, hospital fees, pre-op and post-op test, post-op medications, nurse visit in the hotel, nutritional support, private transportation, after, before care support, and something else that we offer is unique, is called medical tourism insurance. We have what we call MTI. This is optional, but I highly recommend that you take advantage of these low cost insurance because it covers some of the complications and some of the unwanted results. Exercising after cosmetic plastic surgery, basically you want to wait 3 months before you work out. Stretching your incisions is huge. Let's say if you come flying, when you go back, please make sure you don't lift your suitcase to put up on the, on the overhead bins. Things like that you want to avoid to make sure your scars are going to heal well. Wait for, again, for heavy lifting, swimming, wait, just listen to your body. And this is pretty much a common sense table to show you what procedure, how long you need to wait to do those activities. We get to the part that we're going to talk about MCC. So why MCC? First of all, as I mentioned, we have board certified surgeons who are post-bariatric specialized as well. 11 years in medical tourism, hotel and hospital facilities that are top of the line, and our packages are all inclusive. I have seen over and over, inexperienced surgeons coming from other areas of Mexico trying to get to medical tourism, and they don't have experience. They come in, they work with the surgeon, and sometimes the surgeon allows this assistant surgeon to actually perform the surgery. It's like a team effort. They put 2 or 3 of these assistant surgeons, and the surgeon just is not even present, or they go around, and these inexperienced surgeons do the surgery. Here's the drawback. I always compare the pilot with the surgeons. You don't want to fly with a pilot who has very few hours of flight time. That's huge. Because most of the time nothing happens, but it can cost your life. So you're risking your life by going to inferior doctors, to inferior facilities, by getting procedures that are not, like I mentioned about facelift, not what you really need, and you may not be happy with the results. Here's all the items that we offer that you want to make sure when you go with the company has the same benefits. Like even small things, like we fill out your FMLA for return to work forms. Again, the hospital is huge, the surgeons are huge. The packages are all you need. We do all the all the mechanics of moving around from hospital to hotel to hospital. These are the companies you may want to look into getting a medical loan or a personal loan. If you have good relationship with your bank, credit unions, those are good spots to look for money. We talked about MTI, medical tourism insurance. As you see, for a very inexpensive price, we actually are offering this through a third-party company. We pay more than we charge the patients just to offer it so the patients can take advantage of this. So I highly recommend the patients sign up for MTI. Okay, so at this point, want to move on to question and answers, but at the same time, I want to, like I mentioned, release the Zoom poll and have the attendees please go ahead and fill out. It's about 7 questions, and I'll be waiting for you to fill out these 7 questions, okay? Meanwhile, I want to go over some of the before after pictures, so we kind of do something while we're waiting for you guys to fill out the Zoom poll. These are past patients, and most of them have done bariatrics and plastics with us. Like Jen, she did bariatrics and plastics. These are past patients, and basically their success stories. Yeah, please go ahead and do the Zoom poll I just released. Again, there are 7 questions in order to be eligible for the 2,000 or the $500 off of surgery packages just for attending. At the same time, I'm looking at the questions you guys have. Again, about the age limit. The age limit basically depends on your health condition. And like they mentioned, please make sure that you do the blood test before you come, because hemoglobin levels, especially for post-bariatric patients, is huge. You need to check on that, right? Before you come. Another one is a lot of patients ask for so many procedures in one operation. Is not safe. And if they accept to do it, you want to run away from that company, because it is not good for your well-being. It can risk your life. And also some of the bariatric patients ask, can we do some liposuction or something like that? First of all, liposuction is not a simple procedure, because they think, oh, it's just pulling fat, but it is not safe to combine any bariatric procedure with any plastics. If they said it's okay, run away again. Another thing is the BMI situation. Some patients think that with liposuction, they can lose weight. That is not true. In US, I've seen patients 35, 38, 40 BMI that they accept to do tummy tuck or liposuction. They're just trying to take your money. That's why we have the strict requirement with our surgeons that they don't even look at over 30 BMI. Unless you have a lot of loose skin, maybe exceptional, but I'm saying. So, and remember, the obesity and fat around the organs is different from fat under your skin. Liposuction only is pulling the fat under your skin, but not around your organ. And they can only maybe maximum take 5 pounds. So remember all this. And again, when they do tummy tuck, they do liposuction in the areas that are needed to complete the tummy tuck. And that's why we can do BBL, inject fat to your buttocks, and that's called BBL. But if you need other areas, we can add that, but there's additional fee for each point that they do the liposuction. Okay, I think that we had almost everybody fill out the Zoom poll. Let me see here. Please make sure you complete the Zoom poll so you can take advantage of our offers. So in order to get picked up to go to Tijuana, our San Diego International Airport is where we do the pickup, right? Paula asked about the airport. Is San Diego International Airport. The Terminal 1 and Terminal 2. Terminal 1 is Southwest, is going through renovation, is a little mess, but it's okay. You just come out with your suitcase. Again, you don't want to pack heavy. The weather in San Diego is not extreme. It's usually in a nice temperature. And Tijuana is right next to San Diego. And then, so what you need to do is pick up your suitcase, whether you checked it in or did take with you carry-on. Just walk out. You have the driver's phone number. They call you. You say what letter you are in the sidewalk, and you tell them, and they pick you up. The day before your departure, the transportation people are gonna call you, give their information to you, so you have it all handy. Again, it's very simple. You just come out and you show up at the curb and you tell them, oh, I'm in letter H or F or C, whatever the letter is, and they will be there to pick you. Leah, did you get your questions answered? You say oh yeah, it's okay. We can deal with you later. If you submitted accidentally, we can go back. Okay. We always talk about companion. Companion is actually a good idea to bring for plastics. Again, your companion cannot follow you in the hospital. And that's another thing I want to talk about. So you stay the first night, and then the second night, let's say you go to hospital, you come back, then you will be with your companion. Companion is good to have just because you will be there a few days. It's okay to be by yourself too, but it's a good idea to have company, but you don't have to. The nurse is going to come and visit you and do all the band-aid changes, whatever is needed. So don't worry about that part. We get this question a lot that why can't my companion stay with me in the hospital? Again, I told you run away. If you hear several things, you run away. If they let your companion stay with you in the hospital, run away. Because they're not working according to the code. Believe me, our nurses, we have plenty of nurses. We have great staff. You'll be taken care of, okay? So, and your companion come and visit you. Twice a day, they can come and visit you. So it's no problem there. It's just keeping them permanently, it will create these situations that is not up to code. You know, when you look at hospitals, the hospital basically has to be built and designed with international, hospital codes. And this is what hospitals are. It's based on international codes for hospitals. We have white areas, gray areas, black areas. Every area is divided and every area is sterilized. And you don't want to compromise the safety of patients, safety of staff, safety of sterilization, okay? Okay, so I think we have pretty much did all that we had to do. The Zoom polls are in. I appreciate you guys doing that. And I'm going to draw the name. Okay, just give me just one moment so I can. So I have the name of the winner of the webinar is Bruce Powell. Bruce Powell. I'm going to invite you, Bruce, to talk to us, actually. There we go. Bruce, you are on mute. Go ahead and talk to us. You're the winner of the webinar. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great now.
So tell us about yourself. Where do you live? How did,
Oh,
are you a post-bariatric patient or not? Tell us.
yes, I am. So I live in Texas, and I am a post-bariatric patient
Okay. Where did you do your bariatrics?
at NBC.
Oh, wow, great. Okay. Well, thank you
Yep.
so much for being a returning patient. Yeah, so now you get to go to the new hospital. And I don't know what procedure you asked for, but Janae and Flora would know and deal with you. Are you ready to go?
Yes, I actually have a questions on which surgery I would actually need, though. So
Oh,
I
okay.
guess I have some more questions for them as they
Sure.
assess my pictures and stuff like that.
Sure. Like Janae mentioned and Flora mentioned, this is virtual consultation. What we do is we go in between you, the surgeon liaison, make sure you know the procedure is best for you. When you go there, actually the surgeon is gonna consult with you again. They're gonna mark you. You get exactly what you need.
Mhm.
And it could be a little different with what we scheduled for. That's something patients need to know because sometimes you may go in there and the surgeon decides, we've seen this often, that they, for example, if you wanted a breast lift and they feel like you better have an implant with the breast lift or not have the implant. The patients sometimes they're set at what they want, but you have to also
Mhm.
listen to the surgeon. Like, and then we've seen that often. Like the surgeon says, it's not a good idea to do the implant with your situation. So remember, when you guys go down there, you still have a consultation that the doctor come visit you, they mark you, they talk to you, make sure you are getting what you exactly need. And of course, if there is a price difference, we would make a note of that. Whether you have to pay more or less, we adjust that, okay? But again, this is just the initial consultation. You basically, you know, based on your situation, your health condition, your pictures. So Janae, you have anything to add?
Yeah, so I was just going to add, Bruce, we are super excited, and I can't wait to talk and discuss with you about your specific desired needs, and then
Mhm.
we can send that to the surgeon, and
Mhm.
then we'll be able to figure out a perfect solution for you. I did receive your health questionnaire and your pictures, and I think you're the perfect candidate uh, to get where you want to go. So we're really excited. I can't wait to talk with you and to work with you.
Alrighty, sounds good.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Flora and Janae. And I appreciate everyone that joined us in this webinar. Again, everyone else who did the Zoom poll qualify also for a $500 off. Reach out to us, reach out to Flora, reach out to Janae. And again, something I wanted to mention, Flora travels with me a lot. So Janae is the one that if you cannot reach Flora, please go ahead and reach out to Janae to get what you need. Okay. Well, thank you so much. Let us know. We will look at your feedbacks and we will hope to see you again in the next webinar. Thank you.